Welcome, Christina.
Hello. Hello. It's so great. This is my first time in Arkansas, so thank you for having me, Mark and everybody. Driven through it a couple times, but beautiful place. So I want to start with one of my favorite quotes, that is from our forefather, John Adams, who stated, "A division of the republic into two great parties is to be dreaded as the greatest political evil." While my expertise and focus has always been electoral reform, educating myself on the Federal Reserve has been an enlightening experience. Last night, I actually had the honor of listening in on an interview with Arkansas News Bureau. They were interviewing Dugan King, one of our first speakers, of course, the creator of alternative currency, the ARC dollar. I learned more about the cabal of international bankers that have been pulling the strings of politicians like puppets of our nation's money for almost 100 years. 100 years of an unconstitutional private entity causing global economic imbalances, war, price inflation, the American industrial economy going down, joblessness, the depletion of our nation's resources, the destruction of our currency, and a two-party system that fully supports the scam. And that's why I'm here today.
All right, Christina!
You tell him, girl.
Who am I? I'm kind of a new face, sitting next to Larry King a couple weeks ago, presidential debate. I am just a girl, 31 years of age, and I've been around politics since I was 11 years of age. My father is based out of Illinois. His name is Jim Tobin. He runs one of the largest taxpayer organizations in the United States. And my dad ran for office for governor back in '98 and was wrongfully knocked off the ballot. He got over 60,000 signatures. It was my first-hand experience of seeing the two-party system do what they could to keep a viable, great candidate off the ballot, my dad. So this was a really personal thing. And in Illinois, you have to get 25,000 signatures to get on the ballot, while it's only 5,000 for the Democrats and Republicans. And so he was knocked off the ballot, and 4 years later, I decided to go out and gather signatures, hold 5 clipboards at a time. I gathered over 5,000 signatures to get my dad on the ballot and led the efforts and got him on the ballot as lieutenant governor. And that was pretty cool. And overcoming the barriers, and the people had more voices and choices. And 2 years later, this independent, you may know him by the name of Ralph Nader, gave me a call on the phone. And I decided, I'm going to cross the political spectrum. I'm going to help get a candidate left-leaning, coming from a libertarian background, though I'm personally an independent. My dad even supported. He's like, go out there and support more voices and choices. So I did it.
Good call.
Long story short, I found firsthand what the two-party system does to keep candidates off the ballot. Full-time state employees were brought on board to successfully knock Ralph Nader off the ballot. And at that point, I personally sued the House Majority Leader, Michael Madigan, for using full-time state employees, taxpayers' dollars, to successfully keep choice off the ballot.
No kidding. All right.
Wow, thank
Of course,
you.
I lost the suit because the judicial system's flawed, because they're appointed by the D's and R's, who are controlled by private interest money. So I decided after that I would move 10,000 miles away and live in Bali, Indonesia for about 4 years. Dan saya bisa berbicara bahasa Indonesia. My second language is Indonesian. And I started up a jewelry company, designer, and a couple of years later I came back stateside and worked for Ralph Nader nationally, his national ballot access coordinator. I oversaw all 50 states successfully getting them on the ballot, 45 states plus DC, gathering and managing over 500,000 signatures to get Ralph Nader off the ballot, on the ballot that is. So a year later, I sold my jewelry company to one of the top 2 jewelry designers in the United States, and I took that money to build free and equal elections, and here I am today.
All right.